The other is the Yom Kippur. Of course, you accumulate sins. Sin is like some sort of evil fluid that infuses your body. You accumulate it through doing bad things, violating the law, and you have to cleanse that stuff. You have to get that juice out of you. And so what you do is you do the big mojo, the big, great lamb or goat slaughter for the Yom Kippur, where you would pick two animals that looked identical, and one of them you would release. That would be the scapegoat, and eventually people would push it off a cliff so it dies. And then you have the one that you sacrifice on the altar. And then that blood cleanses everybody of their sins for 1 year. It's only good for a year. You have to keep magic up. It has a expiration date. And there's a bunch of other minor sacrifices throughout the year you can engage in. Now, if you understand this is crucial. The temple ceremony of the Yom Kippur was crucial to the Jewish concept of salvation. You had to have your sins cleansed in order to be resurrected in the future. So they had to keep casting this blood magic spell every year in the temple. So it made everything center around the temple. This is the role Jesus played in the origins of Christianity. It's very clear in the epistles of Paul. The function of Jesus in their theology is to replace the temple. There are a lot of political reasons why they would want to do that, and I discussed them on the historicity of Jesus. But the key thing is if you want to remove the middlemen, you want to remove the temple cult, you want to remove the priesthood and the reliance on the physical geographic control of the temple, you want to get that out of your religion and still have the mojo. Well, what you do is you invent a sacrifice that's so powerful that it lasts forever. You don't need to renew it every year. And so they thought up, well, to do that, we need really powerful blood magic. What would be so powerful that it would last forever? Well, you know what? Like these goats we're sacrificing every year, that's weak mojo. What if we sacrificed a person? Okay, that would be pretty powerful. What if that person is the Son of God, the firstborn Son of God? That has to be the most powerful blood magic ever. And so that's the concept behind why Jesus is picked as the figure who has to die to have his blood shed, so that you can get this super powerful blood magic that will last forever. And I'm not making this up. This is explained in detail in Hebrews 9. So if you want to actually see the logic of it, it's in there. So that's what Jesus was for, which means you didn't need an actual historical man. You could take an angel and just make up a story, just like they did with Satan. When they wanted to create an evil god fighting the good god, because they got that idea from the Zoroastrians, they looked in their angelology, they picked one and created a historical story where Satan rebels at some historical point and is cast down. And there's this whole historical context in which Satan is cast out. Jewish belief was that he was cast out to the lower heavens, the outer space just below the moon, and that's where he lives in sky castles up there with his demons and stuff. So this turning Jesus into the ultimate sacrifice could be the same kind of story. Just like they did to Satan, invented a little history for him and put him in the sky, they could have done the same